gain the full power of gamification and learning, I think the first step is to truly understand the difference between gamification and game-based training or learning. So let me start with a definition that I use quite regularly, which is really gamification is a process, first of all, and what we're doing is using game-based thinking and game mechanics to engage our learners as well as ultimately to solve some sort of problem. So if we break that down into two separate components, the first thing I think e-learning designers and developers really need to do is to understand how do game mechanics engage our learners. So fundamentally, game mechanics such as points, leveling up, challenges, etc., all address some fundamental human desire or need that as humans we all have. So for example, we all have a need for status. We have a need for recognition, self-expression. To understand how giving someone a point gives them the feeling of satisfaction and really fulfills that need of status is a very powerful tool. And to really determine which game mechanics we can combine together to create the ultimate solution, I really do think we need to understand how we're going to engage them as well as how they're going to play. So that's the first point. The second point goes back to the process. So with the process, I recommend that we start out with a few critical questions. First of all, what is the business challenge that we want to address? Second of all, what are our primary reasons for wanting to gamify? Is it because it's the latest trend? Is it because it's hot? Is it because someone said, hey, please gamify my training? What are the primary drivers for that? What are our goals with the gamification? How are we going to measure success? And start with those key questions. From there, I'd highly recommend that everyone on the development team, from your project managers, your instructional designers, your developers, to your QA folks, take a look at your design and development methodologies. Really take a critical eye at that and say, where do we need to make changes to ensure and create a check and balances that our gamification is fulfilling all of those needs that we designed up front. And together, I really believe gamification can have an incredible effect on performance in the workforce.